Why is it important for anyone who has the potential to be interviewed by the media to go through a media training session?
You know, I look at every interview as an opportunity. I mean, you're being given an opportunity to get your message out, no matter what that message is, under what can sometimes be, you know, very challenging circumstances. You don't have to pay for it. All you have to do is be skilled at this. All you have to do is have the ability to be able to craft a message, which to me is always about less than half the battle. The other half is the ability to deliver that. And that's what we work on during these media training sessions. We worked on crafting a good message, a good positive messages, ones that are easy to deliver. And we work on trying to change people's mindsets. Too often people go into the media, into an interview, and they're very nervous and they're concerned that they're going to say something they shouldn't say, you know, put their foot in their mouths. And I want people to have the exact opposite reaction. If you're practiced at this, if you're skilled at this, if you know how to craft the message, you know how to deliver these messages, then I want you to look forward to having these media opportunities and to be able to go in with the mindset that I know what I want to say, I've got a story that I want to tell, I've got a message that I want to deliver, and I know how to deliver it at every opportunity.
What's involved in your media training session?
We work a lot on, again, this idea of crafting messages and the delivery of messages. And we start out, we do a lot of role playing, we do a lot of interviews. We'll try different kinds of interviews, whether they're hard hitting or the more casual type interviews. Generally, I'll be honest with you, people usually at one point or another are going to make a mistake at the beginning. And that's fine, because we always learn from that. And that's why it's always good to do it in a group environment, by the way. So we start off with the first interview. I do not prepare them with anything, any kind of messaging techniques, anything probably about how to form a good answer. Let people make the mistakes and then go through them and say, okay, how can we change this? What did we do wrong here, and how can we improve it? And by the end of the session, and these can be half-day or full-day sessions, generally people's message delivery is exponentially better than when we started. And more importantly, there's more of a sense of empowerment. People feel a lot better about going into the media, into that interview situation, and a lot more confident that they're going to be able to positively represent themselves and their companies.
And going back to those mistakes, what are some of the most common mistakes people make during an interview session?
You know, the most common mistake that I can always tell is that people go into an interview and they don't prepare anything. So when you're a reporter, you're going to research the person you're interviewing, you're going to research your subject, you're going to prepare your questions. I always put a lot of time, a lot of effort into the questions that I wanted to ask. And I find sometimes the people doing the interviews on the other end spend absolutely zero time preparing. I mean, they just accept the interview right away. They might not even know what the subject is before they start. And that never makes any sense to me, because you know what? You're at a disadvantage in that instance. The reporter has spent their proper time preparing. They've done their due diligence. You owe it to yourself to do the same thing, because in the end, please remember, it's not the reporter's questions that are going to be in that story. It's your answers. And I always tell people this. If they take nothing out of an entire session, it's to remember that the reporters can't quote what you don't say. If you are practiced at this, if you're skilled at this, if you've spent time preparing this, if you know how to craft a message and you have the ability to deliver that message, no matter what the circumstances, you are going to be represented positively in that story every single time. You can't control the entire story. That's up to the reporter and the editor. But you can very much be in control of how you are going to represent yourself and how you are going to represent your company.
Jordan, how can people arrange for a media training session with you?
You know, the best way to arrange a session is to go onto the website, www.cjc.ca, go to the bottom to the media training thumbnail, click on the thumbnail, and take a look at what it is we offer. All of my contact information is there, but there's also a synopsis of what the media training sessions entail. We go over in pretty good detail exactly what it is we do. And like I said, we do a lot of role playing, we do a lot of interviewing, we do a lot of learning from one another, and that's why the group situations are always the best. And like I said, we've gotten some extremely, in fact, all of the reviews have been extremely positive, which makes me happy, because I do look at it very much as my responsibility to try to help people to, like I said, represent themselves positively at every opportunity.